here we go. In 3, 2, 1. What the fluff is going on, everybody? Welcome to another amazing episode of the What the Fluff podcast. Due to popular demand, we have started the interviews again, and we are bringing back one of our favorites. She is a talented content creator, streamer, just all-around badass human being, the one, the only, Kayla, aka LadiGeek. Sup, dude?
Hola.
How are you? Oh, just so good. How are you?
I'm pretty good, pretty good. Finally enjoying, new games are coming out. So there's more things to do right now other than just one game, kind of.
So what other games then have you been getting into? Because I know we were talking before we started recording about the awesomeness that is Modern Warfare, but everyone knows that you love that game. So what else has been on the docket?
Yeah. So Modern Warfare, of course, has been really nice because it's a little bit of a game changer. It's not Battle Royale, per se. We're just grinding our guns. So there's like motivation in that. Disney Dreamlight Valley came out as well. I don't know if you know what that game is.
You just said a bunch of words I've never heard before.
Disney, Disney.
Well, okay, Disney, yes.
But and then Dreamlight.
Okay, all those words put together, I don't know what they mean. Independently, yes. What is that?
Yeah, so it's pretty much on all platforms, so it doesn't have to just be PC. It's pretty much like do you remember Animal Crossing?
Yes.
So it's pretty much like that, right? Except there's a main story, there's side quests, and you're living together with Disney characters. So like Wally, Moana, the Little Mermaid, Ariel. So they're all living pretty much on your island, and you get to decorate their island, their home, and move it around on the island. But you still have story, you have the main storyline and then the side quests for each of these characters to like work on, So it's a really fun.
So what's the objective?
The objective is, of course, to finish the story mode. Like the island. So apparently, right, when you first started on the game, the whole island is forgotten. It's been consumed by the forgotten. So a lot of people, like a lot of the Disney characters, have lost their memory and stuff. And so they said that they had this one ruler that was living on the castle, and the castle looks exactly like the Disney castle logo,
Oh, yeah. Okay.
So like the ruler that ran the castle and stuff used to be the ones to fight off the forgotten to keep balance in the valley. And so they don't know what happened to the ruler. So you go ahead and you just start helping clear and help each character regain memory in the thing. But then, of course, there's always storylines like this is like, what could have happened. And this is why the spell, all that stuff that's into like the main story line, which it has like plots and twists and, all that.
I guess I should have known more about Animal Crossing. So it's kind of, it's more, I feel like all of our games can be mindless, but it's more just like, chill in a way. There's no would you say that that's like your chill, relax the mind? I hate Call of Duty and people are annoying, so let's just play this and have fun. Is that your sort of game?
Yeah, exactly.
Do you have more than one of those in your arsenal right now, or is that your what would you say is your go-to game for relaxation right now?
That one.
Nice.
That one is my relaxation mode. Before it was Animal Crossing. I kind of moved over from that. But I do have a couple in my arsenal. Very, very much. I do love the Steam Deck and the Switch. So like my Switch has Pokemon, The Legend of Arceus.
Okay.
And it's nice. It's another main storyline, but a lot of side quests. And it's like it's an open world type of Pokemon. It's not like the one where, you have to like go in the grass. And
yeah.
No, this one's a whole nice, like, free roam 3D game,
Interesting. So. And are you playing these on stream? Is this a mix of like on stream, off stream? Is this all on stream?
Legend of Arceus, I said no to because for one, it's probably a pain to hook up my Switch and all that stuff. And then two, that was my game. That was my game to relax and play with. And then Dreamlight Valley, I haven't streamed it yet, but I've been thinking about it because it's on my Steam Deck.
Okay.
I could just download it on my Steam and then play on my PC, after I'm done grinding and stuff. So I got like the best of both worlds.
So how much offline relaxing gaming do you do? Like how much gaming that's not on stream do you do, would you say?
Not too much.
Oh, okay.
It's lately, no, because like lately right now there's so many other good shows out too. It's like, bro, Like the House of Dragons just came out, and then there's been a couple anime, so like I've been doing that. And like Wakanda's today, so
Oh my
for my
God,
chill
that's right.
time, yeah, we're gonna go watch Wakanda. So
Oh, that's
I
so
would
good.
say a good 2 hours.
A good 2 hours a day of offline gaming?
Oh no. I like accumulated like
Oh, okay. So you're not playing offline
overtime.
very often.
Yeah, no. Not this. Yeah. I would say not this month. Last month. No, you know what? No, I lied. It's more. You know why? Because I don't know. Last week I had a stomach bug. Last week I had a stomach bug and I played all day. If I wasn't sleeping, I was playing the game.
That's so
So
the
never
dream one
mind.
or
The
the
dream one,
Disney?
yeah.
Oh
The
my
Disney Dreamlight
gosh.
Valley.
And is
Mm-hmm.
that something that you did more before you started streaming? Because I feel like one of the things that I'm starting to figure out is how much I don't really want to play offline anymore. Or I mean, not as much as it was before I started streaming. Has that something that's impacted you? Something that you've noticed? Something that's bothered you? Not bothered you? It is what it is.
I've noticed it. I noticed it has affected the types of games that I play.
Interesting.
You know,
Okay, so what before streaming? What would your offline be? And what is it? I mean, I assume it's that Disney Animal Crossing vibe now, but yeah, what
well,
was that
that's
looking like
kind of for
before?
relaxing. You know, but the
Okay,
games that like I really enjoy is like the game that I'm playing now. My most favorite game ever, which is God of War. So like
nice.
God of War, Batman, Arkham Asylum, and then even going further back in the days, you know, Jack and Daxter. I don't know if you
That
ever heard of that
sounds
one.
familiar, but no.
Yeah, it's an awesome PlayStation game. That's like basically Jack. It's like from a whole different world, so they look like humans, but they don't. Kind of like almost like an avatar, you know.
Oh, okay, like
And then
humanoidish.
yeah, and then he has a little ferret. Well, his friend that turned into a ferret, and his name is Daxter and stuff. So it's pretty dope. It's a really good. It's one of my second favorite games that PlayStation had. But yeah, but like a whole bunch of like story mode games, Ghost of Tsushima and everything. I love those games.
So would you say that Call of Duty is mostly for stream for you then? Like, is that
Yeah.
really a game that you don't? I don't want to say you don't enjoy offline, but it's not. You don't have that desire to play it offline.
I yes and no.
Okay.
Because I played Call of Duty a while back, kind of like in my college years when I first started college, because I was actually really good at the multiplayer back then. We used to do a lot of S&D and capture the flag,
Nice.
and I was already making money at that age doing like tournaments and stuff there too. So, because if you notice that, right? Like a lot of people who, well, let me not. So yeah, so I already learned to kind of use multiplayer and battle royale as a way to make money,
Nice.
before streaming. Because
Yeah.
again, it was just a lot of tournaments at like GameStop and stuff, and like you can go there and you'll go either do a LAN tournament, or there was this place called I think it was like battlesomething.com, and like you can
Oh
go and
yeah.
sign up for tournaments and pay online.
So was that? Did you do? So you
I did
did
that a
that
lot.
before you got into streaming?
Yeah.
I feel like we
We
talked
had a
about
whole Geek Squad and stuff. And
what?
we used to even practice offline. Just like, so if we wasn't playing like online with like my friend, we were playing in private matches, practicing for like these tournament games and stuff. And if
So
you wasn't there in practice, you get like kicked out the
no
clan.
way. Wait, so
Yeah.
how long was Lady Geek before the stream? And I swear we didn't touch on all of this with the first interview. So if it's repeat, well, that sucks.
Almost repeat, because I think you said, where
Yeah,
did Lady Geek come
I
from?
remember
And
that. Yeah, and that's
so
just refresh us real fast for those who might not know.
because I wasn't a lady geek during like my tournament times. I was little geeky.
Nice.
So because I was in the Geek Squad clan, so I was a little geeky, and then just growing up, I was like, well, I'm not a little girl anymore. I'm a woman, so I thought of Lady Geek.
Wait, okay. I actually don't think I remember this. So Geek came from the clan, and you kind of just took that and rolled with it ever since.
Yeah.
What?
Well, cause like I was kind of one of like the first ones in the geek and stuff. Like I had a friend that came up with the name that we should be Geek Squads, and I was like, yeah, and like he told us this idea before the clan became big, and then it did became big. It had about like 30 people in it.
Damn.
And then yeah, so it was kind of cool because I was like one of like the head girls. There was like maybe another like one or two girls, but then they just it was weird because you don't see a lot of girls playing games at that time. So like they'd be there 1 minute and then never and then not be there anymore.
What was that dynamic like? Because I always enjoy these conversations. We all know that it's awful just existing on Call of Duty servers in general, but being a woman in that space, being one of the very few, how was that?
It hasn't changed. Like
Yeah.
it's still toxic as it is now. It's just the same then. This was like there's no originality. It's
Yeah.
been the same shit over and over. So I feel like every year that I've been playing, I've already just been growing like a thicker skin to it. So
Yep.
I will say I know I'm toxic in the game now, but man, I was toxic.
Really?
Like, I was especially hanging out with all the guys and stuff. Like I was picking up some like, like rude sayings and all that stuff because of like, hanging out with the geeks.
Oh my gosh.
Now I will say I've never ever like used derogatory terms or anything like that. Like I just
You don't strike me as that type of person anyway, but you definitely strike me as the person who is someone saying some shit. You're not going to let that slide. You're going to make sure that they know just where they stand.
Yeah. It was like to the point where because I was like, I started getting into it before I moved out for college into dorms. So my mom was like so excited for me to move out because she was like, I can't with this. You're so violent and
Really?
stuff. Yeah.
Oh, so how long did it take for you to calm your shit down?
Until I started streaming.
Really? So was it out of necessity? Was it just like watching yourself back and you're like, I don't like who this person is? Like, what was that? Because I know there's so many people who still keep that like, oh, go fuck yourself. And they like spend 5 minutes roasting some random person in chat. You obviously are very good about doing it comically. You make sure that people aren't walking over you, but you make sure that they know that they're being stupid. What is that balancing act like for you?
Well, so since I've always had like gaming pretty much part of my life, there was like a lot of relationships and stuff that I had to deal with that I noticed affected, especially like, us gamers. There was one time where I was super toxic. I lost a relationship over a game, pretty much. I was being really rude to like my other like significant other, and then they broke up with me right afterwards. Like and they ended it, and then it's funny. They called me at 9 because that's when the time the phones were free.
Oh my God, that's so good. Wait, this already seems, if you're comfortable telling this story, can you please start this over? Because this entire thing, like, what were you yelling at? Were you guys playing against each other? And you're like, fuck you little bitch, camping ass motherfucker, suck this dick. And then he was like, we are partners. This is not allowed. Like, what was that?
It wasn't as like that bad kind of thing. However, it was just competitiveness and stuff.
I get it. Okay.
And so yeah. And of course it was still me being toxic. And so what happened was, right, remember I told you that we do a lot of private matches?
Yeah.
This was around the Modern Warfare 2 times.
Okay.
And so quick scoping was such a thing. So a lot of in our private matches, after we were done playing like capture the flag and all that stuff, because we had to always practice those and everything because of the tournament. But
yeah,
whenever we wasn't doing that, we were quick scoping. So we were just showing out. Now my sensitivity was always higher than the guy that I was dating at that time and stuff. So it was really easy for me to always 360. And it was just to that point where we were quick scoping each other. And I was like, he's getting so mad and everything. And then I just kept egging it on. And I was like, we could just stop. I didn't want to play against you anyways. Cause like, I was like, this is easy.
Oh
and
my
then, like,
God.
And then, so it got to the point where he pretty much texted me and said, hey, we need to talk. And then called me at 9 to break up with me.
Wait, whoa. Okay, hold on. So let me walk this back. Y'all were not even playing next to each other. Y'all were playing online. Homie dips out, and then at 9 o'clock when it's free is like, hey, you're a little too competitive. Oh
yes. Text me, said we needed to talk, and I was like, is it really important? Like, we could talk now. And he said nah. And then like he just kind of didn't text me back.
Yeah.
9 o'clock rolled around, and then I got a phone call. And then So
that's so good. So needless to say, you're slightly competitive. Like
Yes. But then he spread, that was another thing though, too. Me being the girl in the group, he spread a really bad rumor saying that I cheated on him with some guy online. And he told all the other guys. And so all the other guys were like, everyone was pretty much, I can tell, was like looking, like, treating me differently.
Oh,
And stuff.
yeah. Men, just accept that you suck at something. Just accept that a woman is better than you at something. So, like, it's okay. It's fine.
So, and it's even funnier because I went ahead, right? And like the only way I proved myself was because I texted him and I told, and like I confronted him, like, why are you telling everyone that I cheated on you? Well, all of that. And so what I did was I borrowed my mom's phone and I took my phone and I had to record my phones because there was no such thing as screenshots. And like I was like going down. I think I sent over, I don't know, like 20 pictures because you know how like in the old flip phones and stuff, they don't have a big screen.
Yeah.
And I sent it to all the guys so they could see screenshots. So that's how I showed the receipts.
Oh, wait. Oh my God.
Do you get it? Like him admitting that, like, bro, what am I supposed to tell them that, like, I was tired of you, like, that's all he was saying. I was tired of playing against you and all that stuff. So he texted all that. And so I screenshotted to show, like, the group. I'm like, I'm not a fucking, hoe. And anyone that thought about that can go fuck yourself, kind of like, because I was really toxic.
Yeah. That's fucking incredible. So do you still, and that's also interesting that you say that because I know, especially in the streaming space, this is a very, very, very popular atmosphere for accusatory bullshit. So would you say that you have that level of care still? Like if someone came in and talked that shit about you, like would that be something that would bother you? Would that be something that, again, like it depends upon the person type thing?
Any like words like that, I think it bothered me because a lot, like the group that he told, again, those were friends that I were close with,
That was your community. Those were your people.
Yeah, exactly. This is the people that I played with and stuff. And then there was days where they didn't want to play with me or they barely talked to me. Like, I felt that that bothered me a little bit. But I would say now, yes and no. I try to make sure because obviously, I don't play with a lot of females as I can because I keep my schedule, consistent.
Yeah.
But there have been times where chat, like some random will come in and try to say like, Unuzi's flirting with me or something like that, or vice versa.
Oh my gosh.
It's like the minute that happens, my mods already know to delete it and remove it because
I love it.
I have my husband and then he has his wife, and I wouldn't ever want to, her to feel worried or anything like that because that's the reason why I enjoy playing with Unuzi and Jazzy. They're both happily married,
100%.
So it's smart. Where it's a little different if you play with someone that's single, they don't know where like the boundary kind of lies. I feel like.
Has that been a struggle for you? Because I know, at least from the guy's perspective, I'm very respective of that, obviously, but I know as the woman, I feel like that can be different because also guys are assholes. So like, have you had to deal with people being stupid in that way a lot? And has there been like that progression of becoming reactive towards now where you're at the point of just like, mods, just block it? Like, what is I guess I'm trying to ask, like, how, since you've started streaming, obviously you become less reactive to trolls. The mods have more control. So like, what has that been like for you to hand over to just get your boundaries known in the streaming space? Because it's so tricky. It's so tricky. Like, what has that been like for you?
I feel like almost like, letting the streaming community know like I'm happily married and stuff is almost the same as like, I guess like any partner should do.
Yeah.
Because with each partner, right, you have like, I have like my group of friends and that person has their group of friends, So it's important, like whenever you're talking, to them, if you're just hanging out with your friends, that of course you make sure that they respect your significant other. And then I feel like another big thing is always, once in a while talking about your other, your significant
I love that.
other.
Yeah.
Then that brings into conversation that you're happily with them, they're not just, like, I don't know, if someone brought up something like, oh, like I work in electric field, like, awesome, my husband does too, and stuff. Like, I hope you're enjoying it, so it's stuff like that. I feel like, so if I do that in the streaming community, especially with other streamers, then they know it's kind of set boundaries. Even though they have been some that completely ignores
Oh yeah.
those signs and it just goes over their fucking head. And then just I had to learn it for a while. Like in the Fortnite days. And I think it's just, you just have to keep learning and then moving forward, finding the right group until you find the right group.
I love that. And you mean with streaming friends, with your mods? What are you?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I love that.
Mods too. I think I did have one mod that kept calling me like sweetie and all that stuff, and I was like, chill, bro.
Oh yeah, no, we're not doing that. My name is Kayla. We're lady. Thank you so much. I appreciate you.
Yes.
And
thank you. Unless like there's been times where it's like unless like I know, like let's say like if you're Hispanic or something like that, then I understand like you're not saying it towards me, because that's the same thing with me. Like I grew up with everyone's always boo and love. Like I get that pretty love, like, don't worry about it, kind of thing. And it's just like, so we've always been affectionate and but it's kind, So
I love that.
To the females and males. It's never towards just, one gender either.
Yeah. It's equal opportunity. I'm calling, that's so true, because I'm calling guys dudes, women dudes, like everyone is dude. Everyone is, hey, what's up, babe? Like that'll be a guy, that'll be a girl. Like there's no one gets their own hi, sweetie, because that is just bleh, that just feels gross.
Yeah, and I knew, and then sometimes you can know because obviously they're not calling the others the same terms. This one they're only just calling you, and it's like, nah, that's not okay. Treat me like everyone else, please.
Yeah. So then, what would you say if you've had one? What has been your hardest boundary to keep in streaming? Whether it's with community, whether it's other streamers, whether it's with yourself, with how much you should be playing. Because that's always something I'm interested in.
Almost like, it hasn't been too much. Because like I said, I've been in the gaming community a while. I pretty much feel like I'm confident with like talking to people.
Yeah.
And having like a converse. I would just say now the term where like I noticed, and maybe it's just me, but I feel like whenever you guys are, let's say like you guys are playing like Warzone and stuff, and then you have a super like spicy snipe or stuff like that, be like, or a girl does, and they say, yeah, call me daddy, and the other guy's like, yeah, daddy, like, I don't know. I feel like there's just some stuff like that, especially if you're like you're married, is like they shouldn't catch you like doing that, or especially with someone consistently. Too.
Can you walk me through the full scenario on that, just for so I can understand the hypothetical?
Okay, so it didn't happen to me, but I was playing with a squad, right? And a squad, there's 4 people.
Yep.
So there's 2 that you could just tell they really liked playing with each other, and they were like literally pretty much calling them nicknames.
Okay.
And then complimenting every kill that they had and stuff, as in, oh yeah, that's so hot,
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So, and it was just, you could just tell when it's just between them 2, and it's like, when someone tries to like do that with you as like a person, as a married person and stuff, or know that they're not, single. It's kind of like where you set the boundary, like, yeah, now you can tell me like good shit, you know what I'm saying? There's other ways to compliment me. But don't say that's so hot, you're the best. Oh, like, like I don't know. Well, no, you could say you the best. But you can't tell me like that's sexy or something. I feel like that's just a boundary. It's like, bro.
I love that. And how do you go about bringing those up to people?
That's when my toxic trait comes in. I probably I'll probably make fun of them.
Oh my God. You'll just kind of avoid it in a way that hopefully they realize that they should stop doing it? Question mark?
Yeah.
Interesting. Okay, so these 2 lovebirds are given these I love you, you're sexy with those shots back and forth. You are one of the other 2 persons.
Me and the other person started mimicking them.
I get it. And then
we were flirting with each other, but not like, oh my God, that was so hot.
But then if one of those people starts to do it to you, then you're like, please, dear God, stop.
Yeah, exactly.
Is it a boundary of uncomfortability in terms of someone you calling you hot? Or is it And you could be honest. I pray that they're not going to hear this. Or is it like
uncomfortability knowing that the other person is seeing someone else? Now, if they're single, I really don't care.
This is such a very, I am so excited to talk about this because
someone in that group, I won't say if it was the guy or the girl, was married and claimed happily married. So I'm like, okay.
Interesting. Okay. So what? Oh, I love this so much.
So yeah, because to me, that was the only reason why it was uncomfortable, you know?
Oh, see, because I am of the opposite perspective of like, I don't, why? So devil's advocate, possible example. So because you and I are friends, I'm trying to find a way to best like word this. So without like getting too personal. So if this is something you don't want to answer, is that a dynamic that you and Jay have within your relationship? Because I don't want to come off as judgy. That's the last thing I want to say, because I know for me, if I have a partner, me and my partner love each other, whatever, and I know, and I'm playing games with someone, that's very interesting. Because I can, in my body, I feel both sides of this conversation. I feel both like being in a happy relationship with someone else and playing a game with someone who is also in another relationship and saying that, oh, that was so sexy. You're so sexy doing that. And not feeling as though I'm infringing upon their relationship or doing anything like that.
I just feel like there's over the friendship boundary, you know?
And I guess that's
other ways to do it. You know, I always told you, and especially you, Newsy, and I'm like, we compliment each other in different ways. You know, I love that. Hacker, you're hacking, or you're just better, bro. Like, you see how like that doesn't say, oh, like Newsy, that was so hot. You know, especially like when a significant other watches your stream a lot too. It's like I would never put myself in a position to make my significant other uncomfortable.
I love that. And I think the only issue I'm having with that feeling is then predicating my happiness on what my partner thinks, as opposed to trusting my partner to let them know when I've done something wrong. You know, because
that's a conversation too you should have between
and that's why I feel like this is more of that delicate, beautiful, open and honest conversations. Because yeah, of course, if my partner doesn't want me calling other people sexy, even though, like, obviously, even if no matter what context that is, of course, I'm going to respect that. And I also do see that when it's two dudes calling each other sexy, that can totally be different than if you have a man and a woman doing that, regardless of their level of friendship. So I like that. That is beautiful. And I appreciate you for bringing that up. Do you guys?
It's always two different things. So it's like me being with Jaquan. I know Jaquan and stuff. And I know we talked about it. Ain't no way in hell he gonna be okay with me calling someone sexy.
Oh yeah.
But hear me out. He's learned that I am an affectionate, very kind type of person to my friends and people I talk to. So it doesn't bother him when he hears me or even texts, or if he sees me text, I say to someone, hey love, how are you doing? Hi boo, how are you doing? Because he notices I do it to equal sides of the party.
Yeah, like, to those you love.
Treated different. I love you, behave and stuff. So he knows that. But other stuff like, that was super hot. You just turned me on type thing and sexy as fuck. Like, no.
Okay, yeah, no, that's okay. That is where I also think maybe you are thinking of a more oddly specific scenario, because I'm thinking of just like calling Snipes sexy. I think, yeah, if you're like, oh, dude, I'm even making myself uncomfortable. Yeah. Just like, oh, you're so sexy hitting that shot right there. It's like,
that is how it was. Oh. That was how it was. It was just
okay. Yeah, no.
Because I know, like, I've seen girls, but they comment on every snipe too, on almost
yeah.
Where it's like, oh yeah, that was so hot.
Oh, we have our hype friends. I mean, I feel like we can all just shout out Bio right now. It just, that's so hot. Like, that's it. That's beautiful. That is different than, oh my gosh, that snipe you hit. No.
No. You're really trying to find ways to compliment the person, kind of. It's just like, nah.
Yeah, there's so many ways to compliment a human being without mentioning anything sexy or any of that. So let's start with those guys, and then maybe good shot. Good
Yeah.
shot. That's a beautiful
See,
place to
I'm
start
glad
off
we
with.
got to talk about this because I didn't know when we first started like how to word it per se. Because
Oh
again, like
yeah.
I've just only been in those situations, here and there, and it was just so cringe.
So you don't. So would you say then? Obviously, this scenario included. Are you? Would you say you are more direct or indirect in standing up for your boundaries or bringing that stuff up?
I guess in that situation, I wasn't as direct
Okay.
because I didn't want to like start an argument and call someone out, and then plus
I love
it
that.
was on stream
Yeah.
too.
Dude, that's
So
always
that
okay. So how do you, and I apologize if I'm cutting off before you're about to answer it. How do you deal with the shit that happens during a stream?
after it happens, usually I'm like I'm like a Volt. If it happened and stuff like that, and then like I like that situation, I knew it wasn't gonna end right away. I stopped playing with them. Yeah, I
Really?
move on.
So
Yeah,
you
I'll play
won't.
with them maybe off stream,
Okay.
but you won't catch me because I won't allow that on my stuff again.
So can you?
There's even for me, I just know my community and stuff. So there's like some vibes that I just won't bring onto stream.
Yeah.
I've learned that, but like after a while, it's like, all right, yeah, no. Like, don't get me wrong, the vibe, and like I enjoy the vibes, but I know for like the community, what kind of, what bothers them and not, after you get to know them more, you just know.
We know what works for the people that watch. Like it's so easy to just feel out. Because also I feel like so many communities are predicated on your, like the streamer creators' energy that if you're not feeling it, there's nothing you even have to say to let them know that you're off.
Yeah, they're like dogs. They can smell like
100.
fear and
Dude, they know.
it.
There's even days where you're doing fine and someone's like, hey, are you okay? Like you're more blah, blah, blah than usual. And it's like, oh, I just haven't talked for like 2 minutes. I'm doing great. Like nothing's changed. Oh, that's so great. So then do you have an instance you can recall of when you've had to enact a boundary or stand up for yourself or message someone after a co-stream and be like, hey, this isn't chill? And of course, leave out names, specifics if you have to or want to.
Ooh, I feel like there's been, yes, so when I first started streaming, I had a really good friend.
And remind us how long you've been streaming now, just so for everyone who hasn't.
The end of December will be 4 years for me.
God damn. I love it. Congrats. Holy shit. That's so cool.
So, there was an instance where I was playing with two of my Geek Squad friends, and
nice.
we were like, yeah, we can start playing again. I started streaming, so I was super excited and everything. And then I completely forgot that one of my friends is African American, and it was just him using the N-word a lot. I was not okay with, and I had to like off stream just tell him like, yo, if you're gonna play with me, you're gonna play with me on stream. You cannot say that.
Yeah.
You can't, so I had to sit down and have to talk. And I was like, and I know you. I know it's part of your vocabulary. You use it because he's from he's from like the the hood. And
it's just his vernacular. It's how he speaks.
If I'm not trying to disrespect you, but if you can try, I just want to make sure that this the stream
I don't get banned. Off. Yeah.
And then it just kind of sucked because I guess at that time I was brand new, so he didn't see me growing. So he was like, "It's just a stream. You just started it. You thought it was gonna go like it's gonna go somewhere or something like that." And it was just like, all right. So I just told him, I was like, well, then I can't play with you on stream if that's how you treat me and like my stream like that. I told him, and then like we've talked and stuff, and he apologized afterwards, but like we just haven't played since.
How long did it take to get that apology?
Actually, until after I took off.
Really?
I think it was probably like a year and a half later.
No way.
He messaged him like, man, I hope you're doing good. And we caught up, and he was like, you've been killing it on the stream and all that stuff. And so he was like, I wanted to apologize, and then he said sorry, and I was like, okay. So it just kind of sucked because I had to take after, to see that, like, yeah.
Well, shit. That's very, good on him. Hopefully he didn't just reach out because he saw you were blowing up, but the fact that he was able to at least admit he was wrong. Was he seeking anything from that apology, or did you feel like it was a genuine, oh shit, I see she's actually doing well, I was wrong? What was your perspective of that?
I think it was genuine because he didn't really ask for nothing from me that day. But
Yeah.
like I know after like a few days he messaged you. He was like, "Hope you're still doing well. If you're ever down the game,
Oh yeah,
he's
of
like, let me
course.
know." So it was like, all right. So I don't know if like later on he actually wanted to get in on this kind of thing.
Yeah. Interesting. Well, dude, good
Mhm.
on you for speaking up. It's so hard to do. It's
It
so
is, and
difficult to
that's
do,
why I
especially
do
those that
it
you're
on
close with.
stream a lot, because I want all the women to feel more comfortable in playing. And like, so what? Like, if you have to be a little toxic, and
Can you walk us through the last one you did? Because apparently this is turning into a boundaries episode, and I'm all about it.
Some guy came in and said today was like, I wonder if you're, because he was like, you seem it was like a backhand assault. He was like, you seem pretty good, you're good at the game and stuff like that, but I wonder if you'd have this many views
Oh
if
my
you didn't
God.
have your tits hanging out.
There's always the butt.
And I said, "Oh, I'm sorry. Don't get mad because I'm good and God bless me with boobs on my chest, bro."
Yeah. What
He was like, "What do you want to do?" He was like, "You want me to put the camera on my back?" And so, and then that's when I always spill out the little dick energy.
That's
and then
so good.
I encourage the chat to have at them.
My! How long do you let it go for?
Until he says something really inappropriate. Until he says like a derogatory term or something, then the mods remove him. But it brings in engagement,
Oh, what? How often would you say that people change their tone doing that?
I've actually had 2 subs from people who came in trying to be toxic, and instead of like one of them said, they were like, "I appreciate you. Y'all like basically whooped my ass and didn't kick me out." And then he subbed to the channel.
That's so good. Dude, I think I've had that a couple of times where because I think you can still like sub even if you're banned, where it's like I'll kick people out of stream and then randomly you'll see like followed and then subbed. You're like, what is your game plan? You were just talking shit on everything I was doing. What? So and now you're giving me money? What?
Yeah. You're right. Exactly. Well, this guy, so I never had a ban and then like they subbed or anything. I did have a ban and a star, which was just kind of creepy.
That's so great.
One time it was a creeper that was just weird. Yeah. And then, but I've had where like we didn't kick him out, but he came in as a troll. So my chat did what they did best. And then he was like, "Y'all are cool," pretty much. And was like, then he subbed.
I love that. Have you ever had the opposite where someone's been really, really chill and then a random blow up situation?
Wait, no. What do you mean?
So I had this one dude who was like donating stars, normal energy for like a good few weeks. And then randomly he was just getting super aggressive. And one of our moderators was like, "Hey, dude, calm down, Buttercup." And he was like, "Buttercup, I'm a fucking man. And you're going to have a moderator call me Buttercup? Fuck you. Fuck your community. Go fuck yourself." And then we banned him. And then he shot me like this 3-paragraph thing of like, "You're going to allow another man to call me Buttercup? How dare you? Your stream is trash." And it's like, Buttercup? Like, that's where you lost your mind? Okay. But we've had a couple times where it's like you have cool people and then someone wants a little more power, a little more attention, whatever it might be. You enact a boundary and don't give it to them, and then they lose their shit. So you haven't really had that happen, which is very lucky.
I've had people randomly blow up, but not when giving stars.
Do you have? So I would say that is probably my craziest hater moment. Do you have one of those? Like what just happened with this person type deal?
I feel like I have, and I just can't remember it.
I was going to say, everyone does. Like, there has to be one where you and the mods just get in a group chat after, and you're like, wow, what?
Oh, so I had a sub that was a sub for a while, and then like kind of disappeared, went MIA, which life happens.
It happens.
But came back and was like the biggest a-hole ever, and it was crazy because he was, I think, like 10 months. He was around the time where I was doing Fortnite and then like Minecraft and all that stuff. But then of course that drastically changes once you start, first person shooter games
Oh,
like
yeah.
Warzone. And so he came back during the Warzone time and he was just being very like he was being very sexual and stuff. And
Oh,
like
that's no fun.
yeah, so it was like kind of creepy in a way, like
Yeah.
my God, like your body has developed so much, like stuff like that. And then like the chat was telling him like, whoa, chill out. And then he got mad. He was like kind of telling chat like, don't fucking tell me to chill out. I've been here for 10 months, and then was showing off his supporter badge, but then being super rude and toxic to the community. And so like some of the mods has been like in a while, they were like, wait, what the hell, bro? Like
What happened to you?
like, Cause like because it was like this guy or the sub was never like that.
That's so what came of it? Did you guys just end up having to ban him, or did he end up chilling out, or?
No, I think we ended up muting him and he didn't come back for a while.
Oh my gosh.
I
I mean,
think
that
we
makes
banned him
sense.
because I think my mods didn't want to ban like a sub, a supporter.
That's usually what I assume, just like extreme vulgarity or hate will have you ban someone. Like, what are your bannable offenses in chat?
The R word, the
Nice.
F word,
Nice.
the N word.
Nice.
And then any of like, I guess, well, I don't know, any of the homophobic words for sure,
Yeah.
for sure. But there was just one, because I was trying to think, there was one time where like someone brought up, like a basically it was when Bad Bunny kissed another man on stage.
Oh, okay.
And so like the person on like the chat was pretty much like, I no longer like Bad Bunny since he kissed a man on stage. His music's trash. And I was like, well, why?
The music sounds the exact same.
Exactly. Yeah. And then so I was like, why do you no longer like him? Because of the fact that like he pretty much is okay with who he is, and like
he loves himself.
Okay, kissing a man. Yeah. Like I don't understand. And so we went down a whole thing. So instead of kicking him, we talked about it for a little bit.
Nice. Did that lead to anything? I always love when people are able to talk it out.
Yeah, it pretty much led to like a lot of like stuff, like a lot of people in chat opening up to certain things and stuff too. So it was like a really good kind of like conversation.
I love that. That makes me so happy.
Pretty much they agreed. We're like, Bad Bunny's music talent doesn't change because of the fact that he's expressed himself differently after an award.
Oh yeah, it's one of those, like when I first started to paint my nails, I was like, nothing has changed. I'm still like, I have a coat of paint on my nails. That's it. I can still do everything else just the same, in the exact same specificity and awesomeness as I could without the paint on my nails. It's just maybe if I reach into a pocket, something might chip. That's really the only thing that changes.
Yeah, like you shouldn't judge for someone, for what they want to do and how they want to express themselves. And that's why I was kind of told him too, because he brought up that he voted for him on, for Bad Bunny. And I was like, all right, well, see, you're supposed to be voting for their musical talent, not who they are as a person.
Yeah.
So this was probably a strategic move on Bad Bunny because of the fact that he's never done this, And so after he wins the award, he goes ahead and kisses a man because I guarantee you probably wouldn't have your vote. Which again, that's just very biased.
Yeah,
the vote is on the music. Do you like the music or not? Is it better than
the other artists that are compared to the music? The world is.
Yeah, so
I'm happy you were able to have that conversation though.
Mm-hmm.
Net productive, you would say.
Yeah.
Nice.
I think a lot of people don't think, because there's been times of that and stuff. It's like where I want to talk it out, so I just ask you a question first, and then it like just puts them on the spot because then they don't really know. They just came in to try to state an opinion, but they didn't have nothing to back up.
That's always. I always want to ask a question first. Why? Where is this coming from? Why do you feel like this? Where? What? Yeah. Why? Because then most of the time you're like, people realize that they don't know why they just said what they said, or they have no defense for why they said what they just said because they just wanted to be an asshole. And that's no fun. Last thing I wanted to talk about is, so you're still doing Fan House or OnlyFans?
OnlyFans.
How has that been going for you?
It's been going great.
I love that.
It's been growing, so that's amazing.
I love it.
It's still just crazy, Unfortunately, I have more subs on there than I do on, Facebook.
How many fans are you at?
I am at 900. So close to 1,000.
Yo, congratulations, dude.
Thank you. It always fluctuates because it's like the same thing. Like
Oh,
Facebook,
yeah.
people got to come back in and it resubs and stuff. So
Yep.
1 minute it'll be over 9, and then next minute it'll be like close to 9, but it hasn't left that area yet. So
How
I guess
long
I'm doing
have-
something right.
I love it. How long have you been doing it for these days? And like,
Wait,
what's
what
your,
do you-
or like, how long have you been on OnlyFans now? What's your content production schedule? Like, what? Because now that I'm back on there, I'm always curious what other people are doing.
So I don't. It's still the back burner to me. Like I don't. It's not my main focus because
I love that.
knowing my story and stuff like that. I just have a love and passion for video games.
Yeah.
So I've been doing that. I've also been kind of like on another business venture, but we'll talk about that afterwards. So
I love that.
I normally focus on it mainly on the weekends, and it's
Okay.
funny because a lot of the guys know now too, and it's also because most people get paid then. So if they want spice, like I'll have content to post on the timeline, but then if they want more or spicier content of that content, then it's payday for them. So
Hell yeah.
I feel like it was a smart business move for me as well.
Do you mind, and again, if you don't want to answer, how much you go for, like how much exposure, if you will, on OnlyFans? Like, for example, I don't show the front goodies. Like, that's not me. That's the line that I draw. You might get a little butt cheek, but that's about it. Like, how has figuring out what you want to put out there
it is
worked
a lot
for
of
you?
these. I don't do it is pretty much implied semi, I guess.
Nice.
Is that the way to say it? So yes, I don't show, they don't get to see the full frontals and all that stuff, and then my pepperonis, they don't get to see that either. I mean, and that's why I said in semi. In some, there's been content where I've had either like a bathing suit, or I've had like, I did like the whole white T-shirt because guys love that for summertime. I can't believe you said
pepperonis. I'm still losing my mind. Oh, keep going. That's so good.
But yeah, I've done like a wet white T-shirt kind of thing.
Yeah,
and that's where it kind of falls under. But they don't get full front pictures of it.
I love that. So I feel like you keep to what I do in a way. You keep it sensual, not necessarily sexual. Would you? Is that a safe?
Yes and no.
Okay.
It's been really fun. I haven't really told many people and stuff like that, but I've done some where I've included Jaquan.
Nice, like couples, cute couple stuff. How does that work? Because I would assume
sexy, raunchy. There was one. I did cosplay, and I called it as husband ripped it off me or something like that.
Nice.
And it was fun. Photos and stuff.
How was that received? Because I would assume that you have typically
they
more
love
heterosexual men. Really?
Yeah. They because like some of those are more of videos, so it's like
I get it.
That's why it's more sexual.
In a way, it's like a fantasy aspect.
Yeah,
dude, that's
so
cool.
Sometimes we'll do like some POV or something like that. So he'll hold the camera, or for like a booty massage.
Yeah.
So you don't see him, but you see the hands, and then you see rubbing the booty cheeks.
Dude, oh my, I love the fact that you are on OnlyFans and that like we get to talk about this, because it's so satisfying that you get an ass massage and get paid for it. Like your husband treats you well, and that is happy weekend date money for us. Like that, I love that so much. And I love hearing when partners are able to be involved in that stuff, because there's so much taboo with OnlyFans, which I feel has drastically decreased over the last few years. But I love that partners, especially when it's not. Well, there's certain people get it, certain people don't. That's fine, whatever. But the fact that you have your husband who gets to be a part of that and help you, like, does he take most of your photos? Like, do you go to photographers for that? Or is he?
I do have a small photographer and stuff, and because she gave me a really good deal, and she also wants to. I like her as a person, as a friend. So like she's also been working on her Instagram, so I do it also for her.
Hell yeah.
But no, he comes in with the camera and he does all the videos, because what's trendy now. It's a lot of those reels and stuff, especially on Instagram. So I like to try to, if there's anything like appropriate, such as like, like my side or something like that, and a nice outfit before things get spicier.
Yeah.
I like to put those things on Instagram.
I see, and I need to do better at that. It's just so hard to remember to do those like before ones because I'm just always running around my apartment in underwear taking photos, and then it's like, well, fuck, I have to remember to put something else on. But anyway, and last question about the OnlyFans, was that something easy for you and Jaquan to manage? Was that something that you guys had to kind of figure out, like, okay, what is he comfortable with? What are you comfortable with? How can we both help?
We had to talk and manage because, you know, we've had our bumps in the road about it and stuff, you know. So it had to be a lot of communication and almost also reassuring because, again, at first it was just me, you know, where now I get to include him, and I think that's also made him more comfortable, and it's also actually been more fun for me to do. You know, I told him I've been enjoying those a lot more.
Oh, dude, there's something
I get to spend time with him, you know?
Yeah, and there's something also I feel like empowering of you embracing and feeling your own sexiness and having your partner like get to capture that and almost like witness you feeling your sexiest is so cool. Like it's such a powerful and good feeling to be able to share with your partner. So that's, dude, I love that so much. And I'm so happy that all of this is working out for you. Because to have 900 fans on quote unquote like side project is amazing.
It's great. And like I know like I could work on it. Like I think Lynx does it full time too. So because she's been killing it and stuff.
Oh yeah.
I know I can do it. It's just, do I really want, you know, it's just me too.
It's what you want. Yeah.
I really want to be more known as, you know, a gamer, a content creator in that aspect and stuff. But who knows? Maybe in the future, like I literally will stick to that and my new little business that I'm working on and stuff too.
So then without having to reveal the little business, what would you could just name it little business. How would Kayla structure her days ideally if you were doing whatever you wanted to do with the stream, with your content, with OnlyFans, with your side business, with Jaquan? Like what would that day look like for you?
Oof.
Be as specific as possible. You're waking up you're starting with. I love these.
So a lot of it, the more priority is the content creation, you know.
Okay.
I wake up, I go ahead and attend
what time?
The house. I wake up at 5.
Jesus, what time are you going to bed?
At like 8.
Okay, that's fair. Continue.
At first, it wasn't like that, but for my anxiety and mental health and weight, I've been doing better. That's been like what I've been working on is trying to actually get to sleep early because my ADHD mind doesn't let me.
So would you then typically stay up super late and then wake up super early?
Like 10 to 11 and then get up that early.
Dang, so you wouldn't adjust your wake up time?
No, no, the wake up time was never adjusted.
You're fucking crazy.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, like that's the first, if I'm going to bed at 11, that's the first thing that's changing is the alarm. Okay, continue. So 8 o'clock, waking up at around 4:45, almost 9 hours of sleep.
Yeah.
Okay, continue. I love that.
Like I'm trying to. I've taken off more pounds and stuff, and I know it's also helped because of the fact that I'm resting after I work out and work.
Yep.
You know, so I've been trying to stick with that because I noticed like I won't lose any weight if I don't give myself those extra rests.
I love that.
More actually during the day if I didn't sleep good.
That's so true. I hate that you're actually bringing that up because there's been recent days where I've gone to bed at like 7 or 7:30 strictly because I know if I stay up, I'm just going to keep eating food because it's so delicious. Yes. Do I have a problem? Yes, but also go to sleep. Okay, continue. So you're waking up at 4:45.
Waking up at 4:45, attending the doggies and the kitties, and then making coffee, saying goodbye to Jaquan, giving him a whole bunch of kisses, and then starting off my day, my makeup, my affirmations, and then I get on and stream. So
what time are you starting that? How long are you doing your affirmations for?
The affirmations, and as long as until my makeup is done.
Oh, okay. Oh, really? So it's just as I'm doing it, I'm reciting type deal? I love that.
And then after, sometimes like I'll usually let the YouTube change. So if it's not reciting, it's just listening to like a speech or motivational speech. I'll listen to it, you know?
Okay. So you have guided YouTube videos that you use. Is there a specific channel?
Her name is Alana. I like the way she does words of affirmation and stuff. A lot of it just connects to me more, you know?
Nice. I love that.
So I like those ones where, you know, there's some cringy ones where it's like, you know, I am a beautiful human being.
Yeah. And you're like,
bro.
no, I'm not.
That,
yeah.
You know?
I need something
There's,
real.
there's one where like I am successful. I create money unconsciously and unconsciously or something like that. Yeah.
Yeah,
I was like, I love that. Yes, that's me. Want that.
I
You know?
love that. And I also credit you so much because I wasn't really doing affirmations until we had our first talk. And that's still something I will randomly just either, whether I'm journaling, whether I'm just walking about in life, I'll do some affirmations. And it's literally all because I got those from you. So thank you for that.
Yay!
Um,
I'm glad because there's still
It
a lot of
helps.
times. Yeah, there's a lot of times where I've noticed I'm like I'm talking so negative about myself right now, and I need to fucking stop.
Yeah. And then I just simply stop and I'm enough. Like that's just my simplest one. And it helps so much. Okay. So
Yeah.
you've done your affirmations. What time are you starting
Yep, I'm
your
on by,
streaming
like,
content journey?
by 6:15, 6:30. We're starting on there.
Jesus.
We're talking with chat. We're vibing. We're drinking coffee, and then we get started on the games. Then usually we'll grind the games until whenever, like usually when Unuzi gets off, and then when he does, I'll play a little bit of like by myself in solos,
Okay.
and then talk with chat more because it's always easier when I don't have to worry about another content creator, that's
Yep.
trying to talk to me. And
You
stuff.
always want to talk to your friends.
Yeah, exactly. And then after that, either I'll get off or I will play another game, like another game we're working on. So like we were doing God of War 3 before like Ragnarok came out.
And what time is this? How many hours
So
are we into stream so far now?
So we are in around like 11 o'clock.
Okay. 5 hours in. Okay.
Yeah. About 4 to 5. Yeah. 5 hours in. And then, and then I know now, like I can just kind of like either play the game if I am working on the game or tell them I'll get off and I'm going to go ahead and head to the gym.
Okay.
Before usually I head to the gym. Sometimes when I'm changing, I'll take a nice little cute photos here and there for like the OnlyFans if I need to.
Nice.
Because again, a lot of the cosplays and a lot of dressing up is usually weekends.
Okay.
Themed ones are weekends, quick, little, nice and sexy. To keep them,
Engaged, entertained.
Yep.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So how many
like during the week?
So for that, then how many photos would you say you're posting to your OnlyFans a week?
So Monday through Friday is probably like once or twice.
Okay.
And then weekends is almost like every day.
Nice. Okay.
So Friday,
like
Saturday,
5 to
Sunday.
6 photos a week?
Yeah.
Okay. Hell yeah. That's solid.
5 or videos. Because like I said, there's some
Ooh,
cases and stuff like
yeah.
that.
That's good.
It's just, so I've learned too to also save time. If you ever check this out, is instead of taking photos, I've been learning to use the back camera and take a lot of videos and stuff. And whatever I like in that video, I will send the video because it makes more money. Because guys like more videos. I will stop a pause there, screenshot that, and then use that as a photo on the timeline.
Nice.
Especially if there's like a nice like position or move that I'm in. I'm like, pause it, screenshot it, edit it if I need to, and then post it.
That's a solid shout. I need to remember to do that more. I keep forgetting.
And I do that a lot for the kitties because that's the other business and stuff. And I registered a cattery.
What?
Yes.
Is that the secret? Am I allowed to ask more details, or are we going to have to do a follow-up episode just on the cattery? I feel like we're going to have to.
Yeah.
Okay, you know what?
We're already on time.
Yeah,
And so the same thing again. I record a lot of the cats and stuff because I've been working on their page and stuff, and then I post everything that I need to post. Instagram usually only gets 1 post a week kind of thing.
Oh, okay.
Sometimes it depends. Especially if I do make some good enough. Like I said, if I make appropriate content that week and everything, then I'll put that on.
Okay.
On Instagram. And then Facebook is scheduled, thank God, and TikTok is scheduled, so I don't have to worry about TikTok and Facebook at all. I just mainly have to just worry about the kitties page, Instagram, and OnlyFans.
Nice. Is the kitties is that on Instagram as well?
Yeah, the kitties have a TikTok, Instagram, and Facebook.
I love that so much.
So and then I'll work out. I get home maybe around like 2. And then have lunch, and then pretty much I'll sometimes go back on stream, but I've been really good in telling myself, no, we'll work on all this content that I need to do for OnlyFans, Instagram, and all that stuff. Spend time with the dogs, walk dogs, and take care of the house.
I love that. It's so hard to make that choice too, because I'm even staring at like 50 clips I have to try and edit, and I'm like, but I would just rather play Modern Warfare. Like that.
Oh, those days I give myself either Monday, Wednesdays, or Fridays because Tuesdays and Thursdays I have to play with grandma in the afternoon. Grandma and Chrissy and them. So I try to get off around like 4 and then just give myself a break after hitting the gym,
Yep.
in between the morning because I still do the morning that Tuesday morning and then I do the afternoon.
Jeez, man. So you're what, 35 hours a week live? How many days a week are you live? 6?
I'm 6, yeah. So
damn, dude.
Definitely a lot more.
That's yeah. Oh, you're doing over 40 for sure. Bro,
Yeah.
That is awesome. I'm so stoked to hear how life has turned out and all the awesome shit that's happened since we've last had a conversation. So, dude, I greatly
and I need to
appreciate you.
Come back one day and, after this podcast, I feel like I couldn't ask you anything.
Oh, I know, because I make sure I always ask the questions so that I never have to talk about myself. That's why I want to host.
Yeah. So one day we're gonna have to turn the table. Okay?
Yes, I'm so down. We'll have to do this again. But dude, I thank you so much for making the time on the Saturday. And dude, thank you so much. Where can the people find you? What do you have going on? Is there anything that people should be looking out for? Shout it. This is you got like 45 seconds. Take it away.
Well, everyone can follow me, of course, on LadiGeek, and it's pretty much LadiGeek on all social. Well, it is LadiGeek on all social platforms.
Would you like to spell that?
LadiGeek.
There we go, everyone.
Yeah, and then if you guys do want to check out, the Cattery and all that stuff, I'll be posting all that on my social media as well.
What is the Cattery account?
It's called Geek Tales.
I love that.
Mancoon Cattery.
Yes, let's go. There you go. Go and check it out. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, my non-binary friends, we have been chatting with LadiGeek. This has been another beautiful conversation. I appreciate you guys. I'll catch you guys on another one. Bye. Dude, seriously, that was so much fun.